I'm getting high again, a little skin on skin, one hit of you straight to my head. I think I'm losing touch, thinking about you too much. It's like you've got that kiss of death. Because in you I could drown, they can't pull me out. 'Cause if you were the sea, I would dive deep and I wouldn't even need to breathe. Feet up off the ground, we keep going round. It was never gonna be, never gonna be, never gonna be enough for me. Because you keep me up at night. Won't you come keep me up tonight? Because you keep me up at night. Won't you come keep me up tonight? Won't you keep me up tonight? I never fake a feel, there's no mistake, it's real. One look at you and I get struck. We lay above the clouds, then we come raining down. It's like it's lightning when we touch. Because in you I could drown, they can't pull me out. If you were the sea, I would dive deep and I wouldn't even need to breathe. Feet up off the ground, we keep going round. It's never gonna be, never gonna be, never gonna be enough for me. Because you keep me up at night. Won't you come keep me up tonight? Because you keep me up at night. Won't you come keep me up tonight? Won't you keep me up tonight? Won't you keep me up?
Hey traders, welcome to episode 959 of the show. Couldn't be doing anything because of Corona, but you're here, thanks. So movement on Bitcoin, it's up 5.52%. Really nice move up. Well, that higher low than your previous low was a good thing. And you know, last thing we talked about before the stream ended, you know what it was if you're watching it yesterday. I mean, that was an idea, a scuffed inverse head and shoulders of some sort, and you don't even have to call that. It could have been a structure, and that neckline was broke, and once the neckline was broken, it was a really large impulse up, breaking to the highest levels we've seen since March. And gotta be happy with it. You got as high as 77.80. I mean, really close to a square up. I think that square up on the 60 minutes a little bit higher at 7,900. 200-day moving average is like up there at like 8,000. And then you've got, man, there's a lot of stuff up there, okay? But just for now, it's pretty cool how the structure that we've identified long ago is still being respected, where this upsloping trend line, what we call the supply line, upsloping support down here, what we call a demand line. Haven't seen that since March 30th, man. So, not bad, dude. Major lag? I don't know, man. Are y'all getting lag? What's up, Jaw, dude? Do we backtest the neckline of that inverse head and shoulders? I mean, it's always possible, but you think we would backtest at least 7,400 before, you know, that's probably more important than anything. I think that's very possible. Come down to 7,400 and flirt with it. It's like whether you fall below it or hold it, that's the big one, man. We haven't done that. We've just broken through it, and now you're just indecision. You know, 60 minutes probably nuclear, like, you know, overbought. 4 hours seems like it's now. I mean, 4 hours overbought for the first time since April 7th. So it's been a while. And it just happens to be the last time we touched the top of this linear regression channel. We were overbought. So we're overbought again. Okay, makes sense. Oh my god, I'm lagging. And I didn't do anything to lag. I mean, nothing's changed, man. Hello? Is it still laggy? Anyone? Like, no, he's talking about my voice and my mouth, right? Like the difference. It's better. No lag. Okay. That's good. I mean, that's a good thing. All right. It probably has something to do with the third-party app I use, you know, to be this guy. That's normally what causes it, I've learned. So, fight for the bread, man. Blame it, not me. Anyway, so just to readdress, just to look back on the stream from yesterday, less than 24 hours ago, you know, what we talked about, devil's advocate here. It was just this. I mean, it was literally something. It was like a scuffed head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulders, where you had a neckline. It was like a double head, and people, go ahead, talk about how it's bullcrap, it's fake, it's whatever. But I like the lows, the lower lows, the lowest low, and I like then finding a higher low and a higher low that held 68.19. And when you rallied here, it was like, dang, dude, that's a real higher low. That the hidden divergence, it would seem, got you to that higher, you know, made you pivot there at a higher low. And you just draw the neckline, and then look, as soon as you broke it, man, it was just like off. And, you know, the measured move certainly have not hit it yet, and it's just a conservative measured move at like 8,035, 8,045. Square up on that 60 minutes, looking, you know, kind of like 78.24 right there. I mean, you were less than $100 away, like 75 bucks away from that square up. So that was like what we were talking about yesterday for Devil's Advocate, and how like you just gotta understand that you got lows, higher lows, eventually higher lows again than these lows, and then it was like in here, like from this low, you then made another higher low, and that's good, man. That's like kind of bullish. So it's like you're holding historical support with that higher low than the previous low, and then you've got some sort of manufactured neckline of some sort of structure. And it was like, despite it playing out or not, it was worth talking about and discussing on stream. So we did that. There was pretty decent volume on that. Yeah. I mean, like, what was it? Highest volume Bitcoin had seen on the exchanges really since, I mean, kind of April 1st, April 2nd. But before that, it was like March 20th. So yeah, it was pretty significant break to the upside. But dude, here's the thing. 7,400. You're above that now. For the first time of this entire Reflex rally, you're above a critical historical support resistance that we've been talking about to ad nauseum. That's so good. Like, look left. Like, why is that so good? Because we know the significance of it, man. Like right here, this was a major peak, 7,400. You're above it, great. So like 7,700, 7,800 right here. Remember, these are all areas, if you're a regular viewer, where every time we're going down or up, we're talking about these because these were the initial support resistances for us on the way up. This first time, the last year's rally on the way down, right? All these were regarded, and they're still being respected, okay? So I think that's maybe what you're hitting and breaking no higher than 77, 7,800. Yeah, 77, 81 or so, yeah. Then above that's like 84, 8,500. You know that. So without the channel, it does seem like these targets are possible. I mean, you're overbought, but you're not showing exhaustion, technically. Let's go back to the daily. Okay, so guess what is upon us? The 618 at 79.74. And look, the negative momentum that went red started going green again. It's like, okay, well, that's interesting. So now we're just continuing to climb. Making the highest high of the entire rally, and again, like a golden retrace, which is the 618. It's not the craziest thing in the world. It wouldn't have been the craziest thing in the world. I mean, here's the 200-day moving average that is now confluent with the golden retrace. I mean, they're like touching. So definitely viable targets before a major reversal to the downside. This is not a V-shaped recovery. Like, I think it's been too methodical on the way up. But if, say, you break the 618, well, I think that maybe the channel that we've been in, we had that false breakout of, I think that would be regarded again as resistance at 81.50 if you broke 79.74, which seems like it could be the target next if you can sustain prices above this long enough. Okay, so good news, man. Great news on Bitcoin, dude. Doing things. Definitely. I don't know. I feel like, just going live a little early. Maybe we catch the market close, the closing bell for the stock market. Intel reports today after close. Still we're in the midst of earnings season. Gilead getting wrecked. It was down like 5%. Remdesivir. Or no, not Remdesivir, but one of their trials flopped bad. So, they got wrecked. And then the whole market kind of started selling off with that news. Gilead mask, what? What happened? Do we back to 7,400? I don't think we're going to get any bullish divergence with this kind of price action. No way. Like, you just had some, and that's all you had. I mean, you had a low and a higher low here. This was the divergence. Even though it looked like a bear flag, the hidden divergence prevailed. And it happens, man. Like, if you get contradicting variables, one variable saying maybe down, one saying maybe up, it's almost coin flip at that point. So what do you even do? I mean, that's not like the way we look. TJ is asking, is that bearish divergence on the daily, on the MACD? I mean, like, you can argue and say, in a way, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, sure, it kind of is where you made a high on price, you're now making a higher high, and you got much lower levels of positive Momo, but you're not overbought. How we really like seeing divergence is like the separation. It's close, man. But who knows how long the market can remain irrational at this point. You just know. We just know based on how Fibonacci works that we're getting closer to the highest point of moderate retrace levels. We're getting to a point where Bitcoin loves to reverse. The 618, man, the golden retrace. It's not a joke, dude. It's really not a freaking joke. We've seen that. The 50% and the 618 throughout the history of Bitcoin is so common. It happens all the freaking time. I mean, do we need to show you? Like, remember the stream I had? 45,000 views. Had like 4,000 people watching. When Bitcoin hit nearly 14,000. What was the name of the stream? Bitcoin has reached the golden retrace. That was the top. The high point to low point. It was the end of the rally. It wasn't a horizontal line resistance that you hit. Nope. The only thing that made sense on why a reversal might occur at that level was because of the golden retrace at 13,506. You exceeded it very briefly and only by a few $100s before you reversed, and that was it. And we've been in a downtrend ever since, technically. So the golden retrace, man. What else? What else, dude? Well, I mean, you know, this rally here was only a 50% retrace. Coronavirus, I mean, bad stuff, you know, deleveraging, risk off, right? Hit a 50% retrace before reversing the downside. So we're getting there, man. We're getting real close. I mean, we can go through history and you can find these. Here's a great one, I think. Look for this high to low. We recovered. Look, we kind of double topped at a 618, a golden retrace there. It showed that bearish type of divergence, man. Look, this is kind of like what dude's talking about in the chat. Like, you know, you don't have separation of the histogram islands like we prefer, but, you know, in 2018, we seldom got that, did we? I mean, it was like you made a high, but the discernible valley was what was so good about this, where you could clearly see there was a valley and then an attempted rally, and that was that divergence, and then it ended up playing out right at, I think, a 50% retrace or so from that previous high. So, you know, it is possible to say, maybe, showing divergence right now. Like this. But it's just, normally you thought, man, maybe like this green wouldn't happen. And, you know, you would start going negative, which we did briefly, before just kind of rallying again, that hidden divergence in the 4 hour. And now we're getting follow through from that pivot. So, yeah, you can still say it kind of looks tired. Kind of, but you got no help on the RSI. And you always want to get help on the RSI, man. Always. It's at its highest point on the daily since February 18th, man. You're now knocking on bullish territory. You're at 59.78, dude. That's anything above 60 is bullish on Bitcoin. So critical resistances approaching, yet today we have broken critical historical resistance. Not bad, man. 7,400. That makes sense. Correct, Callie. Correct. Thanks for the nearly 500 people tuned in. If you're enjoying this live stream, the like button, the bell, the sub. So we're looking at Bitcoin. Let's look at the S&P 500 real quick. In a while, man. All right, so S&P flat for the day. I mean, it's up $8 sideways. So what are we doing? Hey, we filled a gap today, chat. We finally did it. Yesterday we didn't. We were like $8 to $12 off a gap fill, and then today we ran up, tested 2820 as resistance. 2820 is not a joke. It's real life. Very, very real. We have not been able to break that. We closed our first 4-hour candle of the trading session today below it. The second one has gone to test it again, 2820 as resistance, and you're sideways. Not only that, when you tested 2820 as resistance, the horizontal line resistance, you also back tested the upsloping old support demand line as potentially a supply line. So you're out of this channel. You're below the critical support resistance looking left. You think that that's in any normal market conditions, stable market conditions, that's normally bearish price action. But hey, man, Patron was asking, it's like, dude, you're talking about unlimited quantitative easing. It's never happened before in history. I think that's a variable that unfortunately we have to take heed of, and we have to understand that it makes things a lot more difficult to try to, is technical analysis on the index funds like as viable when you've got like this exterior force just pumping trillions of dollars into it? I mean, you feel like that would have an effect and could make TA, it would dilute TA a little bit, maybe. Yeah. Well, once it happening again, it's like less than a month, man. And that's right, you get a Standard & Poor's helicopter. We all get a Standard & Poor's helicopter. Let's go, man. CNBC's hyped on the markets, trying to elicit FOMO. I mean, I think CNBC is more like they go with what the price action is that day. Like, the way the emotions, they like evoke emotions from the way the market's going that day. Like, so if we're down on the day, they're bringing on analysts and people that are super bearish, and then the next day the whipsaw, and they'll bring on people who are uber bullish, they're really bullish. And yeah, man, it's just like it's almost like every day is this different story there's always this extreme reason why. There's a certain reason why the price is what it is today, and they're justifying it all day. So it's like, it's like you have waves down, waves up. We're in a large wave to the upside that could be near its end. Based on history, we know a 50% retrace 618 area is where waves reverse to the downside. And currently right now we are regarding 2820 as resistance. There's a gap to fill only at a mere 2736 that could fill soon. You've got negative momentum that has been waning. You thought we'd get more from this bearish divergence the whole way up. It's just not happening yet. And that might be something to do with that QE, quantitative easing. Sean S. went spear fishing in his new wetsuit today. Lots of fun, but no fish. Dang, man. You should get some goggles and a GoPro. Seriously, get a GoPro and start going underwater and recording stuff. If your water's clear enough for that, I don't really know, man. If you're freshwater, saltwater. Oh yeah, Halliburton. Rising 3 Methods. Boom. Hey, that's the name of my company, right? Let's go to it real quick. I'm saying that. Halliburton. A 60-minute though. Meh. It's not proportionate, but I get you. And we don't have to even say the 60-minute, dude. He's just talking about this. I understand. It kind of looks okay. It looks okay, man. All right. So what's the confirmation line if it truly is? Okay. Slick trader, man. Good eye. I mean, like, fish heads probably over there being like, what the heck, man? What about Bitcoin? Say, Bitcoin's move up was so much more, like, rapid, violent, you know? But at the same time, I'm not saying fish head's wrong about Bitcoin rising 3 methods or anything. No, I'm definitely not saying that. I'm saying he gets all the glory if it played out that way. But, you know, normally you want it to be perfect. You want it to look like that V chain. This is not a rising 3 methods, by the way. This is 3 rising valleys he's talking about. Okay, so a confirmation line would put you at like 972. If you broke that, yeah, it could be a nice run up, but I just don't know if, dude, what is going on? Thanks for the freaking $5, but it's not showing up on Stream Elements. Sorry, man, it happens sometimes, dude. Oh my god, dude, there's fish heads. You seen ascending triangle? I mean, that's part of the look, dude. You can't. When you gap down, you can't consider that. A gap down? You just think about it like a huge red candle down. So that's part of the impulse down. So you don't have 2 reaction highs. You only have 1 reaction high, and that's why that's okay though, right? Because then you can say maybe there is this other bullish pattern that's got the exact same way to measure the move, right? Like from the bottom to the confirmation line. Something like this. It'd be a huge move up, right? If it broke out. But I would think the first target would be a gap fill. But the gap fill, believe it or not, you got to look left on Halliburton. You got to go way back. 1278, which I think a very viable target if Halliburton was to break out. And dude, it's energy, man. So who knows, man? It's real bad. They got a big fundamental problem. There's too much of it, way too much of it. All these companies are struggle bus. None are like, oh, I'm doing fine, man, through the oil crisis. I'm an energy company. Yeah, we're good, dude. Everyone's hurting. So this is maybe what a target could be for Halliburton. Just reasonable to believe maybe December 2008, a valley, that low point. Instead of going with a full-blown 100% measured move, you just go with, hey, we'll just talk about a gap fill and historical resistance, right? And they kind of are the same exact point. 1278 target, if this was to break to the upside and actually play out. We don't know, man. We just don't know. And it's kind of a scuffed pattern. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Okay. 10 p.m. in Europe. Well, Europe's a pretty big place, man. So it's different all over, right? 3 rising methods is a candle pattern where you have, it's a bullish continuation, 5 Japanese candlestick pattern. We have you're in an uptrend, you have a big green candle, then you have 3 candles that all make lower lows within that previous 1 green candle, and then you have a 5th candle that engulfs pretty much all of those 3 inside candles and makes a higher high than the previous first candle that was green. That's the rising 3 methods. Do we cover engine? Nah, engine's doing well though. Yeah, like that channel broke out. See that like structure? You know, we just had, it's like they don't have to have names, but it showed up and it's like, all right, it breaks that. Then even back tested that.
It's China to me, China.
3:50 a.m. in China.
Adrian, thanks for the $3, man. The communist coronavirus. Much love, dude. Boom. Thank you, dude. China. Nesta, I have no idea. No idea who needs what. I don't really do NFL too much. If we close Bitcoin at 7,500, we broke the neckline of the 3 rising values. Well, yeah, okay, well, Fishhead, it's one thing to break your pattern, but to talk about a measurement, I mean, the size of the measure moves too big. It's like insane. That's why it's like, I don't know, man, wishful thinking. And it's like, what happens? Is it really a 3 rising valleys on Bitcoin if it runs up to the 618, that 8,000 area, the 200 moving average, and then reverses majorly downside? Probably not, right? It probably wasn't that. What was great about Engine is it broke a major resistance. Like, that was a big freaking deal, man, on Engine. There's just not, like, where we are, there's not much more resistance, I don't think. Maybe we, yeah, hold on. Nah, you're just sitting at this, like, February, this Valentine's Day of 2018 level. Man, it's like 1 wick. There's really not much resistance where we are. So we talk about Fibonacci. You're getting to deep retrace territory, man. Like, super deep. I think maybe we're just right at that golden retrace. High to low. You exceeded the 618. Okay. So the next target on Engine, if the macro holds up, based on the fact that there's not much resistance on Engine, it could see 13.79 cents. It's all about Bitcoin at this point because, look, man, I mean, where you are, that's not resistance. You're kind of just in limbo. We talked about this 1 wick way back from 2018. There's nothing here. So it's always possible we could see 786. That's it. Very nice, man. Good job on Engine. Up almost 8% today. Wonderful. Monero. So something about this one, man. It's like it had this small pattern, and it even back tested the neckline of it before it ran again. And now it's like, remember, kind of doing it like Bitcoin, where you now have maybe this new type of neckline. You broke it. You're above the highest point of the entire rally that peaked out April 7th. You're above a very critical area of resistance that we have talked about on stream time and time again for Monero, dude. All these altcoins, or a lot of them, were at these critical battleground areas. Remember, I mean, it was like this weekend. We talked about it a lot. But breaking that is, I think, a big deal. And looks like there's another peak where we are, $60. Understandable. I think in time, if Bitcoin can hold up, stay above 7,400 long enough, you'd think that Monero is going to see that 50% retrace, but eventually maybe you're going to see 66.85. And that's a much bigger resistance. Okay. Up here, $66, man. Very nice, dude. It's weird. It's like a small pattern within a larger pattern. Weird. Yeah, Chad Wells, what a weird coincidence. I was nuts, man, right? How that happened. There's 103,000 people in that stadium, and somehow they pan in on me. Unfortunately, it was after it was like a play where kind of ended Bama's chances completely, I think, a little bit. So, meh. Remember when Bitcoin went from 1,500 to 20K in less than 6 months? Fish it. I remember, man. I remember. But remember, that was like, stock market was hitting all-time highs too. That was like, pretty sure that was still during the Trump bump, the initial Trump bump. So, yeah, meh. 1,500 to 20K, meh. No big deal. Copper went out of the top of the channel. No, it hit the supply line though. You're talking about that supply line. Wow. Holy crap. Wow, man. That is a big deal. Hey, so what could be happening right now in copper? Now, of course, you can always break the supply line, but what if this starts reversing here a little bit more? What is that? Someone tell me what this is, what I just plotted there. 88% retrace? My God, man. Yeah, like you hit an 88%, the deepest Mariana Trench retrace, right? And now you might be doing something at a supply line. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, hidden bearish divergence at a deep retrace and at an extremely powerful supply line. That implies impending price action continuation to the downside. We'll see. We will see. It's not confirmed or anything. You know, what if copper just starts going green and breaks this? Then it could invalidate the hidden bearish divergence, but it's starting to develop at a very critical area. Very interesting, right? Copper. $2K gold, Zach Zankowski.
It's China to me, China. China.
Not enough tips in your cup, good sir. Can we take a look at WMT, please and thanks.
Yeah, got it, man. Dude, thanks for the China. Thank you, dude. Yeah, Walmart. Great, none of my work saved. That's like story of my life, man. It was pretty simple. It was like a pretty nice little range. Some sort. And then we had our fib extensions too for targets. Yep, that's it. That's all we needed. Okay, so Walmart, between $105 and $125, you finally broke out. And from that major high, that previous all-time high, to this lowest point, we have hit the 1272 fib extension at 131.83. Very nice. Pulling back now. Yeah, that's like definitely some form, a little bit of bearish divergence. You get a high and a higher high. And so it's playing out though, and it's not too bad. You'd think that Walmart would probably come to backtest 125 to regard it as support, because we didn't spend any time there. But we did, what we did do when it was there, we rejected it once and twice, and then we broke it without any confirmation. So I think it's very possible that you could see 125 before you go to higher prices, right? Barrick Gold.
To know if you covered it yet, can you look at Barrick Gold? Shooting star on 4 hours, with bearish divergence.
Yeah, Barrick Gold, sure. Look at it right after Walmart, dude. Thank you, man. For the 690.
Bruh.
So thanks again for who you are for tipping at the beginning of the stream.
Can you take a look at Hex chart? Please clap.
If it's not on TradingView, I can't look at it, man. Kush Blunts, thanks for the 3s. Hey, it's Hex. It's not on TradingView. I don't want to deal with it, and I don't even want to bring it up on the stream, man. Dude, Hex is please, just chat. Do y'all want to do the research for me? Do y'all want to start talking about if Hex is a scam? Go into the conversation. We'll finish up this analysis. Thanks, dude, for the 3s. So, could be flagging, of course. But I think 125 is definitely in the cards for a back test before you would run to test, 131 again, or maybe 135. Just reasonably thinking. And there's a gap fill there too. So why in the world could market participants not want to fill that gap, and at the same time they're filling the gap, they're back testing all-time highs as support to give validity and confirmation to market participants that this is a support now? That is not unreasonable at all to believe that could happen, right? Meh. It's not crazy, right? And before me saying any of that is considered egotistical, I don't even know. We're talking about an asset. That's all we're doing, man. Okay, so let's see. Copper, man, that's crazy. Barrick gold. Oh, it's just gold. Oh, yeah. That is a beautiful. Oh my god, that's such a beautiful shooting star on the 4 hour. Are we talking about the daily though? Oh no, hold on a sec. Yeah, man, it's been a minute. Oh, that head and shoulders that started everything was so good. Yeah, oh my god, man. Yeah, dude, holy crap. Barrick Gold. Haven't looked at this in a while. It was like a inverse head and shoulders, but ascending triangle, but then came to test, it was like a double bottom kind of thing. Haven't looked at this or updated this chart in a minute. Good lord. Clearly at that measure move. And then, the crash. And then the V-shaped recovery. And then some. And then like from this high point, we eventually reverse your price action, the 88% retrace, right? And then you've recovered and still the same Fibonacci high to low. Now look at that back test, my god. High to low, 1272. Gorgeous shooting star. And yeah, you could definitely argue there's a form of bearish divergence in development here. Right? I mean, again, it could keep climbing, but that's...
How about that shooting star painted on SPX daily? Lower high connect out of channel.
Bruh.
We can look at it. Lower high connect out of channel. Yeah, I mean, maybe lower high, but again, like we don't know. Like tomorrow it could just... Right? Go on up, just gap up because of quantitative easing. It's unlimited. So maybe something to take heed of. Good eye. Colin. Shooting star on the 4 hour and daily. This market is closed now. If you didn't know, it closed 2 minutes ago. So you did it, man. Oh my god. So, hey man, it's not confirmed divergence or anything up here, but that's a strong bearish reversal candle. And it's not at a random area. It is at your first major fib extension. I mean, look how high this thing got. 28, 48. There's no resistance. So if we did reverse and you were looking for a target here, Colin, man, I think your first target's probably 23.38, right? Why not? Look left. That's the 100% retrace. You broke that. I mean, we already did back test it though, I guess. Yeah, that's definitely back test, but that's like maybe where the first target could be. And if it was the top, you would just go from that major low to high to get targets too, right? Low, high. I mean, a 382 is 22.48. 50%'s 2060. 618's 1873. Chat. Keep your eye on this. This is bearish reversal candle textbook. And calling this to Jesus, man, for finding it and identifying it. Let's go to SPX again for the fish head, man. No, that's not an abandoned baby. No. And, remember shooting stars happen at the top. They don't normally happen like in the middle of whatever. Yeah, it's not a bullish candle by any means, no. But yeah, lower high than the previous high. And you went up and you filled a gap. That's all you did today. S&P filled the gap and just sold off. And, from the low to high, if this was the top, we have targets now. We're close enough to a 236. That'll be the next target again, and the S&P is to sell off like 27, 23. Because, look left, man. It's support. Wow, major support. You fall below that, we could see much lower prices, I think. It's a major support. And if we did break that, then your golden zone's between 24.56 and 26.17. This is where the S&P could go if a top is in before reversing the upside again. You didn't say that diamond? Oh, diamond, was it the 4 hour? How about that shooting star painted on the SPX daily? Or maybe you're talking to someone else, I don't know. What's up, Ben's 420? Iowa Jesus People's in the house. Yep, negative momentum. Okay, it was waning and now it's starting to build again. Filled gaps. You're outside the channel. These are, I mean, again, in normal markets that are not completely manipulated and pumped with trillions of dollars of money, these are bearish signals. These are not really that bullish. Intel reporting earnings, beat earnings. Yeah, top to bottom beat by a good amount. EPS $1.45, revenue $19.83 billion, and street estimates $1.27 EPS and 18.65. So let's check it out. Check it out after hours price action. Oh my God, chat. You hear that? How bad it beat, right? How well it beat. It did well. And here we are. Look at this. Down at your top or bottom right of your screen, Intel is down it's, I don't know. It doesn't say the real number here. It's down a lot. I mean, we're talking, it was at $56 yesterday. Well, it's back at it. Or not yesterday, but 2 days ago. So wiped out all the past 2 days of gains. Destroyed. Ooh.
Bruh.
How are you feeling, brother? Can you take a look at WTI?
What's up, SH Sleaze, man? Thanks for the $9.99, the $10 super chat. Yeah, WTI, West Texas Intermediate, man. But yeah, figured you and everyone else would get a kick out of, just Intel, right? Just earnings. So, oh boy. And then you got futures right now that are starting to sell off a little bit. Not too much. But all this volatility started with the Gilead FDA crap or whatever, the bad news on the drug. Right? Yeah, whatever. Yes, I'm definitely live at a random time today, certainly. I don't know if are you talking about like W and T Offshore Incorporated, SH Sleaze? Please update me real as fast as you can. Or are you talking about you want to look at WTI crude? Because like there's literally something called WNT Offshore. This ticker is WTI. So just confirm for me. Okay, yeah, you actually want to look at that. Okay. All right, let's take a gander here. Clean chart. WTI. Old ice lines from 2016 and 2017. You're above both of them, of course. Having a nice rally.
LOL, can't even mention Hex in the chat without being silenced and deleted. Jesus, it was just a question. Don't be so sensitive, mods.
I mean, hopefully, I'm not reading chat too much, just trying to do these analyses, but thanks for threes, man. Oh man, as soon as you started saying something, dude, look at that. The future's starting to sell more. Oh, what's up, SH King, Fiasco, the brothers in the house. The SH brothers. What's up? I don't know, just looking at WTI, it's just doing what many other assets across these markets are doing, where they crash, and now they're in this methodical, reflexive rally, clearly underperforming, where you haven't even hit technically a 38% retrace yet. You're close, very close. 4 hour looks like it's setting up like triple MACD bearish divergence. You're overbought on the 4-hour RSI. Cardano is pumping. Holy crap. We'll go to it. We'll go to it. Just gotta finish this up, man. See, no edge. I don't see any kind of edge on the daily. Like, what is there, man, besides Fibonacci at this point? The oscillators are telling you jack nothing, okay? You gapped up, you're up 13.92% today. Now there's a gap to fill at 236. So, I mean, like, common areas where this asset could very well reverse majorly the downside would be between 301 and 418. But you got to think of the major index funds that were showing kind of some bearish stuff today, the past couple days, where they're confirming areas that are resistance. We sell off, you think that it's not going to be good for anything. Index funds have kind of dictated where everything goes, but there are some sectors like financials and energy that outperform even the major index funds when they dump, right? That's the way it was. So look at Intel, all the way down to 55.84, where it closed the day at 59.04. So definitely getting wrecked, man, on good numbers, but it just wasn't good enough. It was too in line, it seems, you know? That happens. All right, so that's all I can tell you. The 4-hour, maybe you're setting up for bearish divergence eventually. Is there any resistance looking left? I mean, you're kind of breaking some. Yeah, looking kind of like, if you can really rally, the next real looking left resistance is going to be at like 348. So we might get up to the 50% retrace and test these major overhead highs before reversing too. So, but today, I mean, I don't know, man. It's like there's no value in terms of a buy or anything. So if I don't have an edge, you know, that's what technical analysis is meant for. It's meant to give you kind of an edge to make a trade or not. If there's no edge, then it's like, okay, let's just flip a coin. That's where it could maybe go, right? Next. A lot of people don't get that. They don't understand that that's all it is. That's all technical analysis is, just to give you an edge. When you don't have an edge, it's literally a mystery. But people think that, oh, technical analysis should tell me at all times where something's going. And if it goes the other way, then you don't know how to read a chart. It's like, that's just not how it works, man. Like, go talk to some CFAs, man. Sales outlook down, Looney. Hey, what is that? That's like shades of what's to come, right? More and more companies going to probably be talking about that. Just saying. So let's go to that Cardano real quick, right? 13.44%. It broke the 1618 from its previous high to low. Common retrace areas between 3.8 cents and 5.1 cents on the daily. That high to low, you're on the way, man. Look, there's like resistance right here at like 4.2 cents, but you'd think 4.6 cents.
China to me, China.
Can you arrogantly explain the difference between log scale and regular scale Fib retracement, please? 1.000000000 link.
Thanks, Nikov, for the $3.82 of link. Thanks, man. Yeah, arrogantly? Sure. I mean, everything I say is arrogant, right? Everything that comes out of my mouth is just egotistical and self-serving, right? Everything I do is for me, right? It's not for anyone else, of course. Sure, man. I mean, we can... Dude, normally I like Fibonacci and linear scale, keep it simple, but log scale, it does work. It's like... Look, man, it's normally like... When it's right, when it's valid, it's normally like one fib node off. So like, let's go back to the daily real quick. Bitcoin's a perfect example too. But it's like, if we're in linear scale now, and you have the fibs this way, log scale, what is fibs? What are fibs? In log scale, you will soon be approaching the golden retrace, 4.238 cents. So it's just percentage change versus price change, and it is different. So yeah, you will be at the 62% retrace in log scale on ADA soon. What is that? Rim log, short, neutral, what the F? Oh my god!
Rim log, short, neutral, tip $100. Knee ascending triangle on 4 hours.
Knee.
March 30th point started resistance line, MATH perfectly. Going insane stir crazy with this market and stuck inside unable to work, unsure about future. Here's some Daddy Trump stimmy money less than 3 looking good bro, Taquito.
Yeah, it's working, man. I mean, I'm over the keto flu stuff. Got my electrolytes.
VIX looks like a buying opportunity.
Well, we were saying last time, I mean, the past few days we've been looking at it, VIX has been pivoting, right? You remember? Nope. I mean, again, me saying that's egotistical or something, right? Hold on a sec, dude. Dude, Rimlog, man. Let's do it. 4 strength, 4 stem leather belt. How to do it, man. My buddy, my IT guy, actually, the guy y'all all know, he hit level 60 on his priest. He just got like this really amazing priest 2-handed staff. Okay, he Snapchats me his progress. So I'm like, oh my god, man, Pog. Knee. Right. So, just finishing up on this. Niqab, man, you realize, like, until I think maybe us and other people in the trading community for TradingView, this wasn't even an option. You could not Fibonacci in log scale up until about, I don't know, 6 to 8 months ago, chat. Y'all remember that? So now it's kind of just like a more new thing. And normally I stick with linear, but it's always fun hitting log to see like what, you're not even at a 50% retrace in linear, but if you're in log, you're hitting the golden retrace after a really nice run where you're at like almost up 14%, but from the bottom, you at 1.7 cents, you're now at 4.1 cents. That's extreme amounts. That's exponential growth in a very short period of time. Log could be viable here, right? That's a lot of times why you use logs, exponential growth or losses in a short period of time. Okay, so very interesting, because like in linear scale, it's like you're not getting really much info besides, oh yeah, there's just this huge range of between 3 to 50%. You're not even close to 50%, but in log, there's actually, dang dude, you're about to hit a critical major fib node, and you just from that previous high to low, the structure of that descending broadening wedge or so, you've exceeded a 1618. But if you go on log scale, you're still kind of exceeding it, right? Very good. We'll keep our eye on Cardano. Let's go to the Knights of Knee. My God. Yeah, keto's good though, man. Keto's real nice. Yeah, that is some sort of ascending triangle. Almost, in a way though, it's almost... That's a super bullish trend, man, isn't it? Jesus. Next Terra Energy. Oh yeah, it was like it had gone like para-freaking-bolic. Dude, this thing was nuts, man. Let me show you the daily. This is like how we just, we looked at it like once before. And it was just like, man, you talk about exponential growth. That's where it just started legging up. And then it finally broke it with a crash and got down to 174 from its all-time highs at 283. But he's talking about, hey man, is it a rising wedge or is it an ascending triangle? Well, your daily oscillators aren't very helpful, are they? Where it's like you clearly have hidden bearish divergence like everything else. We saw before. It's like, yeah, you could argue, man. Thanks again, freaking Rimlog, man. Love you, dude. Trump bucks, is that what it is? China. So is it ascending triangle? Or is it maybe a rising wedge? That's disgusting here. I mean, we filled a gap. You're at a golden retrace. That's tough to say, man, right? Real tough to say. I mean, hidden bearish divergence on the daily. There's not like, you know. To me, if I anchored 1 and 2 here, it's kind of more so like a rising wedge. But so that means like it could go all the way up to 255 before reversing again. I mean, there's resistance. Yeah, you broke that. You're trying to hold on to it. If you can hold on to 239 long enough, that could make you go up to, you know, 255 or so. Mysteries abound, dude. What happens if the macro reverses majorly the downside? Well, this is probably going to reverse majorly the downside too. It seems kind of similar to index funds, right? It's just actually got a structure here that could be whatever you want to call it, ascending triangle or rising wedge. They own a ridiculous amount of wind turbines. Next era, sorry. You used to work for them. Wow, Rush. It could, Jaden, man, but again, like I was saying, it didn't even exist 6 to 8 months ago. People, you know, so if you're charting something in log scale, maybe you know, and you're continuously looking at it like that, you probably want to Fibonacci in log scale. But if you're looking at something in linear scale, you probably want to Fibonacci in linear scale. So Bitcoin's at 7,562. It's up $420-ish today.
Is that a joint?
And it is April 20th or April of 2020, so 420. Interesting. Screwed by the macro. Yeah, room log, that is how it works, man, unfortunately, right? Oh, let's go to the VIX now. That was knee. Now to VIX. I was pivoting. It's still kind of pivoting. That daily. So I've been looking at it. That's down 2% today. I mean, you think it's pivoting, but look at the negative momentum, man, continuing to wane. You'd think that there might be a rise. You know, I think back in 2008, we had something similar where you had this huge move up and down, and then you had a common retrace rally, and then before you reverse the downside again. Will we go to it if it's there? That'd be crazy. Yeah, there it is, man. Like, right? So, same freaking thing where you had the crazy move up, you sold off, and then you rallied to make a lower high, and then you went back down to like normalcy. So, yeah, exceeded a 618, and that's where you created that $80 resistance area we plotted for the more current time. Okay, so that's kind of common, right? Going up 61 to 65% of the way for reversing, you did it, man. Attempted rally. Maybe we get that here. I mean, at least you got a bullish engulfing candle, though. That was nice. So, what a question, man, about the VIX. Seemed like it was pivoting, and it's still kind of in limbo on that. Man, what in the... Look at the daily. Sorry, you have to go through a decade worth of data, so... I mean, was that it? Because you went from a high to a low, and you hit, like you can barely see it because of this trend line here, but that's a 23% retrace. So you made the most shallow freaking retrace. So common retraces. If it's gonna rally here, which I don't know, it seems like it's a valid swing low. Between $55 and $66.59. So if it was gonna do exactly what it did in 2008, it would get up all the way to maybe it'd get like to $69 before reversing the downside again. Just saying, if history was to repeat itself, which we don't know. Yeah, I agree. Let me get a link for that. Post it real quick. I don't know where a link is. A valid link. Oh, maybe this is it. Should be good. No, maybe not.
China to me, China.
Thank you for the egotistical and informative answer.
Of course.
Would you say linear fib is a better indicator for Bitcoin? 1.2600000 link.
Oh, that's the way we've been Fibonacciing it. It's been serving us pretty well, at least in giving us a glimpse and understanding of where we are in that common retrace zone or the golden zone, right? We know, like, if you understand Fibonacci and retraces, you can't ever really be led astray, because though we know we're going to probably get a major wave down again on Bitcoin, it may happen only after we hit the top of that golden retrace zone, or the golden retrace itself, which is the 618. And so we haven't yet hit that in linear scale. And I think we have now exceeded it in log scale. So I've been looking at it in linear for the most part. Thanks for the $4.82 worth of link. It's all egotistical, man. Again, self-serving, dude. Yeah, Blondes, we actually checked it out as soon as the earning report came out. We can look at it again, check on it. Hasn't really moved much. Here you go, Blondes 6.5. Yeah, dude, dumped hardcore after hours. It was at 59.04 at close, and now it's currently sitting at 55.65. It seems like, I mean, they had a top to bottom beat on EPS and Rev, but unfortunately, it looks like they're maybe guiding down, or it's like, you know, they're expecting, you know, less than what they thought, or less than, you know, what their previous projections were, obviously because of Corona, and this is when you make those adjustments. That's when, like, the officers would announce that they're making adjustments to their guidance or whatever. They think there's gonna be a slowdown, which everyone expected, but the numbers were just too in line. They weren't too exceptional, right? All right, does that make sense? Thanks for the 564 here. Yeah, if you're enjoying the live stream, the like button, the bell, and sub. We got that dislike troll here, of course, as always. So that's why your like is more important than ever, dude. Wait, did it reset? Hold on. Of course, Niqab, man, we're all egotists in the Discord, man, of course, man. Just doing something I have to do. And change is saved. Perfect. Okay, so we can go back, I guess, to Bitcoin again, man. Well, let's look at XLM first. It's booming to the upside. Hey, look here, listen, Nikov. From your high point to low point in linear scale, what are we hitting? We're hitting that 618. I've been looking at this in, but dude, this is gorgeous. Looking at XLM, its whole chart on Binance anyway, in log scale with anchor point 1, July 2018, anchor point 2, November 2018, and anchor point 3 of February 2019. Look how, yeah, there was price action below it, but come on, man, right? That was like 3,800 Bitcoin. Yeah, emotionalism, insanity. And then you bounced out of it, and now look at the climb. And so, if we, again, look at it on the 4-hour and linear, you know where we are, golden retrace. If we're looking at it in log scale, high to low, you're nearing a 786, so you're almost like one fib node different. So the resistance for XLM seems to be at 7.153 cents. Seems very likely we could go, I mean, if we're this high, who knows? It could very well go up to test that and regard it as resistance before reversing to the downside again. Okay. So very much inside of a lifetime downtrend, at least on Binance. I know there's probably more data somewhere else. We go to the 4 hour and we get out of log scale. Yeah, this is how we've been looking at it. Linear. High to low. Wait, what? Is this off? Low to high. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, 1272. We were fibbing for targets below this. And look, this is what happened. You hit a 1272 before reversing. You know, price action was below it, of course. So let's refib. I mean, we have it on the daily. You saw that. Maybe I should just, I'm gonna go to the daily real quick and make it visible in the 4 hour. You said. Perfect. Here we go. So yeah, golden retrace on XLM. Yeah, like flagged. I mean, it was like just this consolidation range, whatever you can call it, and you broke out, and man, God, look at that follow through on this reflexive rally you're getting. Top of the golden zone, man. So we think maybe if you don't reverse here, then 7.1 cents because historical support, resistance, right? NFL draft stream, Julio, Von Julio. I don't know how that's going to work, man. Is that today? Those are Charizard dudes. Wait, does this link work, by the way? To the Discord? Not sure. What are you looking at? Oh yeah, we're just going to go back to Bitcoin and look at the Fibonacci on it. Oh. So just from that major peak to valley, 618 is upon you at 7,974. Let's go with 8,000 or so. And then we go to log scale. We've already exceeded a 618. And the next resistance is confluent with 8450. What? The next fib node on Bitcoin is at 8450 in log scale. Okay, man.
It's China to me, China. China.
Mitch, can we look at data please? DraftKings, NFL Draft Connect. What's the over-under on SEC players drafted in the first round? Kings.
I don't know, man. I need to talk to the bookie. Holy crap. Hey, is that a bat pattern? Diamond Eagle. Is Diamond Eagle own them? I guess, yeah. That's close, man, to a bat, isn't it? We just talk about harmonics. I mean, it's close. Very, very close. XA. B? Oh man, that's like right at minimum criteria, dude. 886. Holy crap, man. So this is the reversal points. I mean, that's it, right? This is, I mean, that is exactly where it reversed. I mean, it's not really going anywhere yet. And, you know, fundamentals, DraftKings, all that stuff could, wow. Dude, that's a bearish bat pattern. It's hard to argue with that on the daily. Not much of an edge, though. You know, you just hold so much. You haven't seen negative momentum since freaking March 20th, man. So over a month. So we know, like, if it did reverse. Certainly did reverse the low to high to get targets here. You've hit a 236 today and bounced. You reversed it at the shallowest retrace. So at least we know it's a valid swing high, but we thought it might be valid anyway if you look at it like a bat. So like targets on a bearish bat pattern. Duh. I mean, like, come on, you know, not like just being kind of conservative, moderate on your targets, like 1412. You can go to 618, 1322, and then you get a 786. It take you down 1204. I mean, like, that's That's a harmonic pattern. So are we cool? Does that make sense? Tennessee Vols Crypto Gang, thanks again for the 382, the Fibonacci contribution, if you will. What about the bullish hidden divergence on the weekly MACD for Bitcoin? Oh, it's not hidden. On the weekly Marbob 6, there is classic Class A bullish divergence on the weekly for Bitcoin. And that's extremely powerful. That's extremely significant. The time scale that you're on and you showing that impending price action reversal to the upside, well, you're getting it. You're in the midst of making that right now. So it's better. It's even, you said hidden. No, it's better than hidden. It's classic. That's super strong. Dude, what is happening? Flexicoin bots changed their name? Probably. Seems like it. Hype. Did Tennessee Vols say something, man? I don't see his response in chat. So thanks for the 600 people tuned in. Yeah, if you're enjoying the live stream at all, just hit that like button, that bell. So let's see how many likes we can get, man. I mean, we're less than 60 away from 300. I think that's reasonable. Hey, 589 watching right now. XRP people would be pleased, man.
XRP going to the moon. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we've let's look at gold, man. We haven't even looked at gold, which is the king, man. Gold is the king. Don't forget about DEAC's bearish bat that has begun to reverse at its PCZ, its pattern completion zone, man. Oh my god, dude, I don't have the hotkey set up. Oh my god. Oh my god. License registration chicken.
Subs tipped $59.58. Real men target the C and the A on a bat. Also the T and A on a woman in charts.
Hold on, what did I say? T and A on a woman in charts. Real men target the C and the A on a bat. Also the T and A on a woman in charts. C and A on a bat. Real men target the C and the A on the bat. Yeah, dude, are you talking about like premature types or something of X, A, B, and there's nothing else there, and they're like C, D? It's like, what about this, man? It's like, well, that's cool if it works out, but we don't know. Like, you can't really do anything with it. But yeah, hey, targeting C, dude, that's the dragon. It is a harmonic. It's just not, the more waves you have, probably the stronger the argument is. So if we're talking about real men targeting for C, wasn't this technically a C on gold, probes, man? Or excuse me, Casey Stubbs. Oh, I get you, man. You're Casey Stubbs. So you tipped, okay, C and A for targets. Yeah, all right. So he's talking about this. Let's go back to DEAC real quick. It's true. It should be at least talked about for some people. Okay, so Casey Stubbs, the way he does it, he doesn't target this way. This is not enough. The way Casey Stubbs targets.
Is that a joint?
Bruh.
Sorry, man.
Trolls say TA is fake. Smiley face. Dig is a great example of buy the hype, sell the event. Kinda like a Neos event. Appreciate all the TAs always. 100. Crown. Money bag.
Tennessee Vols, man, thanks so much for 420. Man, it's whatever, dude. People, I don't know, dude. It's like, you gotta give it a chance, right? A lot of people are very close-minded, skeptical. Yeah, so I don't know, man. All right, so if this is the conservative way of targeting, then we can just do this. No, that's not it in the background. Yeah, there we go. Casey Stubbs. Casey Stubbs is like in the book. Casey Stubbs would be fine, literally losing a trade that hits a 618 but doesn't hit its. So this is how Casey Stubbs targets, not even with Fibonacci. I think on a couple, Casey Stubbs does use Fibonacci, but like most of the patterns in the book, he goes like, if you enter here, you're not taking profit until you get to C. So you get to the 886 in this situation. It's just, and then A, which is the bottom of the pattern, like 1068. So the Casey Stubbs way, very Babe Ruth style trading, right? Swinging for the fences or nothing. And then you got conservative layering out with using Fibonacci, 50%, 618, 786, right? Does that make sense? Anyway, let me turn this. Sorry. Probes, you like it? License and registration? Gosh dang, burger punks.
Bruh.
I should probably change that to the audio next, man. That was a courtesy of Wayne Batson. Hope you liked it, man. Those lights should be a standard for police everywhere. Yeah, I know. I bet Probst would wear them. I bet he would. Nice one, Brian P, dude. Yeah, Tezos. Once it broke $2, there's very little resistance above $2 on Tezos. It was with that restaurant with all the goofy S on the walls. Yep. First 3 picks in the draft, Buckeyes. Is it going on now, I guess? What's up, Anatoly? You should change your last name to Dyatlov. Dyatlov. Right, wouldn't that be a good last name, dude?
Supman, can we look at Invesco?
Also Charizard, dudes. Sure. Are you just talking about... Well, I mean, Invesco, dude, right? Oh, I got you, dude. IBZ. Oh my god, dude. What happened? Got wrecked, dude. 21% down today. Whoa. That's gnarly, dude. So investment managers, this is an investment managers fund. Oh, right. Oh, let's go to the weekly. Well, I guess you're getting close to all-time lows. Back from 1995 and 96. You've clearly broken a couple ice lines. Jeez. Oops, sorry. Yeah, dude. So next target on IVZ is $6.68. You'd think, right? I don't even know what I'm looking at here. It's just like this terrible, terrible chart. It's just gotten decimated, and it made, you know, multi-year lows. We're talking 20-plus year lows today. Traders settled up at that lowest point. Get a sound check too. Think about it. Yeah, we looked at Cardano, man. It's up nearly 16% now and climbing. When Europe travel, when I can, like when I can leave the country. You know, I was supposed to, I literally had like plans that were pretty much like becoming cemented, where I was going to go to Tokyo with Probst, maybe Logan or something. We were going to go to the Olympics. Canceled. And I was going to go to Oktoberfest this year in Germany. They canceled it. Like, they canceled Oktoberfest officially like 3 or 4 days ago. But you can't even go anyway, because I don't think we're allowed to leave the U.S. So see you at 668, I guess. I mean, there's no bullish divergence. It's all bearish convergence on the weekly. Daily. You don't even have negative momentum yet. So if you've broken critical support, you're at all-time lows, and there's only one support below you at 669. You might go there, right? Okay. Charizard. See how Intel still hanging in there? Yeah, Intel's still like below. Like 55.82 and closed the day 59.04. Gotta wonder what other assets are gonna do. License registration, chicken heifers. Oh my God.
Casey Stubbs tipped $59.
Fellow chicken heifer.
Well done, chicken fair. Can you check out a liter of cola on at BTC? Kappa. Nice work, Batman.
Yeah, I don't think that exists, but we can if you are so inclined. A liter of cola. Why not look at the liter of colas that we all know, right? The liters of cola is Coca-Cola. Right, man? Thank you, dude. Holy crap, probes, man. For the freaking 59, 58 times 2. It's episode 959. Let's go, dude. So what is Coca-Cola, the leader of cola, doing? It had a reflex rally. It's reversing harder than the index funds. Pull that out a little bit. 50% retrace and reversed. Wow, but not to make lower lows yet. Positive momentum's waning. Haven't seen negative momentum since freaking March 27th. And so, yeah, I don't know, man, if it's going to hold here, right? 44.22. If it back tests that, look, it'd be like a spring and a back test of a spring. So if you don't hold 44.22, you're going straight down, straight right back down to 41.39. And that's when we can start getting that XABCD stuff. If we can get a deep enough retrace, maybe we get down to 41.39. If we could pivot there or something, that could be like an XABC, a dragon maybe, that could be tradable for a long. It's very possible, right? Coca-Cola. But you don't have that C leg yet, so you got to kind of wait on it. So in terms of an edge, if you think that Coke has sprung and back tested a spring, it's really strong, man. My God, dude. Super strong. You can hold that. You might rally on up to retest your previous highs, 48.31. Look, a gap fill is way up here at $52. If this holds, that could probably be the next target. Gap fill. There's a lot of gap fills here on Coke, man. What? So I don't think it's deep enough of a retrace yet to where we could say it's a target. It's like something we could say is a dragon yet. One more deeper leg down. So where are we? Probably the 236. 382. I mean, I guess you're technically at a 382 retrace. So XABC, this is like the minimum criteria for, where it could reverse. Okay, so interesting on the leader of cola. Whew. What is that? Bearish Garley in the making, Craig, on SPWR. Yeah, definitely looks like it's possible, man. For sure. Yeah, he's probably just talking about this right here. SPWR. So there might be a good shorting opportunity on SunPower at $9.66. So you'd have to be patient and wait. You know, also if you're talking Dragon-esque or whatever. Yeah. Like right there, like that. You did break, right? XABC. So the target is the 618 for a long, right? Which is going to be like high to low. Your target, I mean, like $7.56, and then a secondary target would be like the 786. Why is because of log scale? That's why. There we go. Hey, wait a sec, dude. This is like a freaking dragon, man. In linear, I've been in log. Sorry. So your target for the dragon, at least for before reversal, would be 844, and then that 786 for maybe a short would be 965. Okay. Good look. So dragon and Gartley. It's not a Gartley actually. Why am I? Craig, you're close, man. Sorry, I just went with you blindly on that one. No, it's not. It actually would be a bat. It would not be a Gartley. You have to, on a bearish Gartley, have a 61.8% retrace. If you do not have a 61.8% retrace, which is here, it is not a Gartley. It cannot be a Gartley no matter what. It has to be in that area. Not. So it's near 50%. So it changes what pattern it is, and it goes from being a potential bearish Gartley to a potential bearish bat pattern. Oh my God, are we looking at these patterns? So too shallow of a retrace to be considered a Gartley, okay? So your PCC changes, and it's like 1036 now. But hey, there might be room to run on the dragon if the macro holds up, which we don't really know, right? Dragon education. It's very simple. This is the dragon. This is the way it looks. Right, where you have a head, a spine, a foot, a hump, and a second foot. And then from that spine, you see where the hump starts. Like that lines up with the spine, and that is the breakout point. And from that breakout point, the target for traders for a dragon is the 618, which is at 844. Secondary target 786. Pretty simple. There's your dragon. That's dragon education. That's how it works, man. That's how you target for dragons. It's like XABC, and there is no D. Whew. So pumpy dumpy. No, not quite. I don't think, man. Okay, man. So I've been live now for, 1 hour, 35 minutes. If you're enjoying it, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Dude, we're 8 likes away from 300. Just 8, man. Leonard, hello, chat. Dang, dude, chat is dead as F right now. Oh, nice. I like the censored. Yeah, Zachary. Censored would be good because I can actually play it. You know, I don't. Of course, I could play the non-censored one. It's probably gonna kill the
license and registration. Chicken fucker.
Nice, dude. Probes, we're gonna get that implemented for you. Okay. Would you rather have that or Jesus chimes? Let me know, dude. Okay. No, Hexo is not on TradingView, so I'm not going to look at it because I can't do anything with it. Okay, that's it about Hex. It's not that I'm discriminating against Hexo, right? It's just that's the way it's literally been for over 2 years. If it's not on TradingView, I'm not going to look at it. I think there was one time we looked at BitConnect for the memes, but that was it. Do I have any idea how many trillions it costs to get us past 2008 crisis? No, but what I can do is I can tell you how many more trillions of dollars were more in debt than we were in 2008. It was like, dude, it's a lot. Hold on, let me. I had this up too. Let's look at futures while I talk about these stats for just a moment. Okay, you're talking about debt. Global debt across all sectors rose by over $10 trillion last year alone, topping $255 trillion. That's globally. At over 322% of gross domestic product, global debt is now 40 percentage points or $87 trillion higher than at the onset of the 2008 financial crisis. So it's like, hey, I mean, is the Fed going to be able to pump the market? I don't know, man. Like that's how bad the debt is for the world. Like every year, there's like it's a spiral, man. Like there's no way to make up for that. There's no way. Like we can't just magically be 322% more efficient in our economies globally. It's just not possible to make up. I mean, that's just to be like where we don't get in any more debt. It's messed up, dude. Yeah, so $87 trillion more than we had in 2008. That's its own bubble in itself, I guess, right? So this song's called Cruel by Exostate. The Diversion Remix. WRAY. 88.8 FM. Wow. What's up, Ikram? Pangea Connect, yeah, crocodiles in Africa and friggin' South America and Australia, right? It's like, how'd they get there, man? Pangea. They're freaking dinosaurs. It's like this, man. I don't know. SPWR in a way. I mean, it's like right there. It's almost like hidden divergence, but meh, you're not overbought. I mean, this could continue on up and it wouldn't be weird. You're sitting at 382 today, up 7%. Over 7% today. Nice. So here's your Bitcoin back to square one, where it all started. This whole stream started right here, where it has gone up and just mysteriously hit the top of the channel that we've been looking at every single day for, a while, man. Just right at the top and no higher. Pull back. 60-minute was overbought. 4-hour is still, I think, a little overbought. Sideways indecision after a really nice move up. Very nice, dude. Exegesis X. I mean, like, dude, that's what happens commonly across all markets. Of course, things can go higher in the 618, but there's so much going on at that 61.8% retrace, right? Where it's not just that golden retrace, it's the 200-day moving average there. There's a square up and a little bit of resistance. So saying it very well could reverse at the 618 because of just, and it's like the top of the down sloping channel too, right? Daily. Right, so 79.74 is that next fib node that we're talking about. And look, let me turn on the 200-day moving average for you to see. it's now like X marks the spot with a 200-day moving average and the 618 now touching each other. They're confluent, the meeting of two rivers. And then right near that, or right barely above it, $100 or two, is that old supply line at like 81.50. Possible. I mean, that negative Momo that was waning is just building again. Daily has continued to just not give us an edge. Like, we haven't had an edge on the daily. You just can't get it without another major sell-off to the downside. You can't gain it. So the 4 hour has, and the weekly, I guess, have been the only things that have been helping. But those aren't, I mean, the weekly is crazy. It's just that weekly bullish evidence. The 4 hour, though, I mean, it's like things have been kind of being respected on the 4 hour, up and down, lots of whipsaw, lots of chop. Dang, dude. I don't know, man. It's like, how do I have 500 people watching? If it's like 5 of those people of the 500, we're talking like no percentages of people. It's like 1%. 5 people are talking in chat. So it's like, do we have 500 lurkers? Like, that's what I'm asking. If you're a lurker, just so I know this is real and you're actually watching, will you say like just something in the live chat? Just so I'm like, hey man, just wondering if it's real. So get a little blood pumping into your veins if you're out there lurking. See, like, oh my god, I gotta get up and type something or get on my phone and say something. All lurkers, yeah. Hands on deck. Okay, looks like we got some people out there, man. Hard to do chat when you're watching on the TV. I got you, dude. Stream Connect, yeah. People lurking. It's real. You're all real viewers. Oh my god. Some scrub was like, you're botting, man. It's like, how am I botting, dude, when my numbers are like pretty much the same every day? Like, what's up, D-Zam? How you doing?
Bruh.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for the bat in the jar. Much love. Super chat. Okay, so that is like 500 people talking all at once. I mean, like, Tony, that's like, you gotta wonder when like 5 people are talking in the chat and there's 500 watching. It's like, are these even real people? So it seems like you are real. Yes. All right, sweet. Iceberg's working. OG says he's a bot. Okay, what's up, bot, dude? Robot vagina. If I look at the crypto market cap, no, that's a good question, or a good idea, maybe. Total. It looks like y'all are here. Okay, sweet. Fake lurkers. Yeah, see, Decrypto is saying the same thing. He watches on TV, so he doesn't type. Exagus X-Man, thanks for the 5 super. That's a sticker, man. Super sticker. Thanks for the pear, the haha. If there was ever a fruit that needed to get on keto, it was a pear. I think you could all concur with that. Thank you, man. Janus is real. Jason Long said type something. You're just doing it. Lauren is watching on TV while working remotely. Had to grab his phone. I get it, man. So just, yeah.
China to me, China.
Working and lurking.
It gets me every time, man. China. What's up, Not Stoned Now, Steve 420, working and lurking. Thanks, man. Let's see, like, put Will 45's here. Stego. Masoff. Harry Taylor. Andre, sorry. Garrett's working. Wormlock's cooking and lurking and looking. Here and listening. Perfect. Impulse Beats is being essential and listening. Okay, I gotcha. So y'all just... What's up, Arnie, man? I know, Slurpee, you're not lurking, dude. Can you change your name to something? Dude, I hate saying the word Slurpee. It's so weird. It's such one of those weird, nasty, gross words. Slurpee. It's like... God, man. All right, so 75.46. What a day for Bitcoin. If you don't know from yesterday, kind of the devil's advocate we're looking at around this time.
China to me, China.
Lurking 24/7.
What's up, Rick Schmitz? Thanks for the threes, dude. The China's in the jar. China, the communist coronavirus in the jar. We're here to spread the message passive-aggressively. Sam Arnold, I completely agree with you. Better Call Saul was beautiful, yes. And next season's going to be unbelievable, dude. I can't even believe Better Call Saul has turned into like Breaking Bad levels. I freaking love it, man. Such a good show. My mind's in the gutter. Is it? Oh yeah, sorry, we're gonna just look back at the super scuffed pattern. It wasn't really a pattern. It was ugly, and people even made fun of it yesterday. And I'm like, I get you, man. I understand. It's ugly as F. It's very ugly. But dude, you can go to the Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns behind me, Thomas Bulkowski, and there are actual patterns on the daily, not the 4 hour. They look kind of like this, where it's like left shoulder, head, and then it's like this extended out right shoulder. I think there's an actual identical looking example in his book. Kind of like this. Yeah, it's hard to get into at first. It's really dry in the first couple seasons. But it starts getting real good because I think they get more, the more people watch, the higher your budget is for these shows. So they were able to do more in these later seasons, and it's made it just so good. I know, Michael, man. I know. It'll be a year. No, probably 2 years. Everything, dude. Hey, Cobra Kai that was supposed to come out this effing month? It's like at least 2 quarters away now. So maybe, if we're lucky, but probably not, winter. Can you believe that? Screw Corona, dude. Screw the communist virus. Super Dragon, I'm not giving anything away, like at all. I'm just telling you how good it is, how it's like that. You might be talking to other people. Severe thunderstorm watch has been issued. Dude, oh my god, I live in the Riverlands. If you've read the Game of Thrones books, dude, it's like every chapter they're in the Riverlands, like, book 3. It's just pouring down rain. That's like where I live. What is it? Cobra Kai, more like Quarantine Kai? Yeah, dude. No mercy. No masks. No herd immunity. Something like that, right? That's their whatever. Gareth, I don't even know what that is. At least we get to watch SpaceX launch humans next month. Oh my god, I'll live stream that. We did that before. Anyone remember that stream we did when Bitcoin was mooning and we watched the SpaceX launch, or what? It was like one of their first launches, or no, it was like where it landed. I can't remember what it was. It was glorious. No mask, no mercy. No Slurpee, just do something like Chad Burger or like Alpha Burger or something, just not weird. JC Viscous, oh, I will, man. I mean, they have so many, though. SpaceX launches all the freaking time. Janelle, you remember it? I don't know about me timing it or anything. It was just, hey, dude, I'm just like, I think people forget, like, I'm just here, we're reading charts, this is like a hobby that I picked up in my early 20s. I love it. And before I was streaming, I was helping people in Discord. Just, people had questions about charts, and it's like, hey, this is that. And then people approached and they said, hey, man, would you like to live stream? We think you would, it'd be good to live stream. That's like the Hyped on Crypto people. I'm like, why not, man? And I was supposed to do it with a couple people, and those 2 people backed out, and it was just me, and I'm like, screw this waiting. I'm just going to do it. And that was it, man. That's like, that's all there is to it, man. Like, I'm just streaming what my passion is, what my hobby is, which is just technical analysis. I love it, man. It's not anything deeper than that, man. Just a normal person that learned this stuff, and it's like, the gorgeous thing is, it's like, I'm a normal person, so it's like, if I can do it, if I can learn this stuff, every one of you in here can do this stuff. You can learn all these patterns, identify higher lows and trend analysis, everything, man. You can do it too. And I know, like, this is, it's very complex. It's like it's literally a different language, technical analysis. But the whole point is to divide and conquer, right? Take on, each day or each week, whatever, you want to hone in on a certain aspect of technical analysis, learn that, try to master it the best of your ability, and then move on to something else, like on the next week or the next day, whatever. But then, got to go back and make sure to, review what you spent so much time learning so you don't forget about it. And then you just keep doing that. You keep tackling different aspects of this language one day at a time. And if you really care about it, man, your passion will come out, and anyone with a passion, they will succeed. They will learn this stuff if they truly want to. Is Bitcoin going to BART up or down? I mean, it got close to BARTing up, BART with that square at 7,800 or so. You didn't quite hit it. You got close, man. 77.81. You pretty much went up and hit that old 2018 bear flag top of its foot. JPen, watch me several times a week on the flash screen. I teach for free and do it in an easy to absorb and casual environment. Yeah, but some people hate that. There are literally people out there that have been recently just aggressively trying to, like, demoralize me, talking crap. They get banned. They come back with a new account. It's like, they're like bad people in this world, like real bad people. And I think it's like, hey, it wasn't really ever like this before coronavirus. And once coronavirus came around, there are tons of people without jobs now. And those people see, they come into a stream first time, and I'm getting tipped and stuff, and they don't think it's fair. They think that's bullcrap. And it's like, they don't think I deserve this, because they don't know that I've spent 2+ years every single day trying to only help people. No, they don't look at it like that. They look at it like, I don't deserve the community that we built together, right? They think they deserve that community when they've done nothing. Yeah, JPen, I mean, maybe that's the way the world will work one day. I'm sure something will change. But I think that live streaming truly is like the future of entertainment. It truly has already shown that it is the future, like where it's only getting bigger and bigger. It's not getting smaller. Cable's getting smaller. What's up, Sean Yates? Sorry, just reading some chat. Man, dude, been live for 2 hours. So it's like we did a bunch of analysis on a bunch of different assets all over the markets, right? I'm just like, kind of having a pullback now on focus. Head's starting to hurt a little bit. Sounds egotistical. That's going to be a meme now, dude. Hey, man. You can't bring things up and talk about them because that's egotistical. Ken Vig, first stream you watched, I got 10K from Bitcoin Casino. How in the world was that your first stream? That's, if you think about it, there's like over 1,000 streams I've done technically, because I did streams before the mid-trade TA brand, and it's like you come in on that one stream. That's pretty weird. Ran from X, following leg down. Greg. Oh, it's all good, dude. No, dude. Come on, it's harmonics, man. It's not easy. It's like you just learn the patterns, and when I was learning them, I would always refer to this book right next, still here. if I ever need it. I even have tabs, right? So I can easily refer to whatever harmonic I want just to make sure, you know. Do I think there will be a retrace back still because it's looking very bullish? Yeah, I mean, you would think with wave analysis how it works. You run up, you make common retraces, and then you reverse. But the thing about common retraces, it's a zone. It's a 382, 50%, 618. And we are closest to a 618 right now, and we haven't quite hit it. 79.74 is that golden retrace. Hold on, man, sorry. So it's like you're still in the downtrend. You're still making common retraces. You're still below the 200-day moving average. 200-day moving average is the exact same point as a 618. That is an area and the downsloping resistance. It's not going to be easy to break this. But it could be reasonable to believe that's where a reversal might happen. No, Cone, heard about it, or actually read about it. Seems like a good idea to do the MCT oil. Just been magnesium, potassium supplements. Sodium, I try to stay up on sodium with just beef jerky and bacon and stuff like that. Oh wait, let me it's the same chart, man. It's pretty much the same friggin' chart. Just talking about the total market cap chart to the Bitcoin chart. It's friggin' wild, man. Look at that. It's actually better. The total. You got anchor point 1 and 2 on the bottom and 1 on the top. We have the same way we've been looking on Bitcoin spot. But look at this. You know, you got price action outside on Bitcoin itself, but on this total market cap, it was like perfect. And so 232 to 237 billion dollar total market cap for crypto is an overhead resistance. Right here. Look, it's a battleground area. Despite anything, it's like where you have like a low from February 2018, a high from September 2018, a low from June of 2019, a low from July 2019. Look at this. September 2019, kind of thrusted through it here. Look at this. You held it for a minute before back-testing this channel as resistance for dumping, crashing. It's a real area. 232 to 237 billion total market cap is a potential major reversal point, and we're not too far off, are we? 10 billion or so? Not 12 to 15 billion, whatever. So it's possible, man. Nice climb. It made its highest high of the entire rally we've been in since the crash. Today, total. Yeah, the cool thing about keto is it's so weird how you can do intermittent fasting and it's not bad for you. It's completely okay. Right, at least some lemon. No leg cramps when I exercise. It's wild though, dude. I've lost I think 5 pounds in 10 days. It's the water weight stuff. I know. But it's also probably a little bit of fat. That's just as bad. Slurpee. Douse. You could take away the Slurpee and make it Douse Burger and it's perfect. And then it's oh my god, no problems. But at least I can call you Doused Burger instead of just Burger, dude. Yeah, rock. Little, what is it? The red. The red list stock. Red list rock, whatever. Sorry. Carnivore diet is true. That's like only animal products, right, that you eat? I mean, I like mushrooms and onions and garlic, dude, so why would I cut that out when they have, I mean, there's nice nutrients in them, and that's like good, it's like, you know, whatever, man, it's like health benefits. Crazy, Janelle. Coconut oil, that's like what everyone's saying online. It's something about coconut oil for keto. But the cool thing, man, it's like ketosis. Like you get, you know, when you don't eat carbs, your body starts producing ketones. And like in time, once you adapt and you become what, fat adapted, those ketones go to your brain and can give you much more clarity than you would have ever had with carbs. Because carbs are what, you know, you use energy for your brain, but ketones are different, so. Mr. Burger Man, there you go, dude. Perfect. Are there nutrients in mushrooms, Tony? Oh my god, man. Oh, I know there's like iron, but let me pull it up. Low in calories and fat, cholesterol-free, mushrooms contain a modest amount of fiber, over a dozen minerals and vitamins, including copper. Hey, short on copper. Potassium, magnesium, zinc, and a number of B vitamins such as folate. So it's like electrolytes. So mushrooms provide electrolytes, which you definitely have to have in keto. Bitcoin futures above 7,600 GIA. That's typical. That makes sense, right? I mean, isn't futures normally always like a somewhat above spot? I mean, after a move like that, it's not weird to me. You don't need to, Janelle. It's kind of like, you know if you're on ketosis or not. You know what you're eating, if you're eating carbs or not. Salt is key. Yes, sodium. Definitely gotta have that. I don't know. I might. Does anyone on keto like supplement their sodium, or do they get it from their actual like meals? Sorry, this kind of changed into a nutrition type stream. My bad, dude. I mean, look, dude, it's like 4:20 my time.
Is that a joint?
There's 2 hours and 36 minutes until your daily candle close. We got Patreon night tonight, which we will be streaming on Twitch. Yeah, we've made an executive decision. Twitch for the stream tonight, because there's just too many people that will tune into the stream on YouTube, and they feel so entitled for their free education, their free entertainment, that they feel the need to bash, I mean, what we do on Thursday nights once a freaking week, where it's like I'm hanging out on stream with the people that support me and support the team and support everything this is about. Those are patrons. So we won't be doing it on YouTube anymore. It's going to be on Twitch. To just cut out the crap. Just to cut out the people that come in to talk crap. And we can, real quick, just to prep you, in case you haven't followed me over there. If you do want to watch the stream tonight, I mean, most don't, and that's okay. There is the link to it. I think that works, right? Yeah, it works great. Perfect. It was up so lit. Of course AB, but they're, people, they're not going to find me over there. Like on Twitch, people aren't SEO finding me and being like, this isn't Bitcoin Live, this is a podcast, this is people talking, dude. It's like over there, we're just talking, man. What's up, Tiro, dude? I don't know what y'all talking about mushrooms, dude. Perfect, man. Oh God, sorry. Okay, so chat, I mean, we've looked at a lot today. Bitcoin's up almost 6% now. You're still inside the parameters of that upsloping channel, but it all started, this move up started, you know, a structure was formed as some sort of neckline, a higher low developed, and this is exactly what I left you with yesterday. I mean, before the stream ended, I'm like, all right, let's just go to it. So, you know, this is it. Will this play out, man? What will happen, man? I mean, a higher low is good. Higher lows are always good. You're above the 200 moving average, and the moving average is up sloping now. Okay, 68.19 held. Let's see what happens. If you don't break it, you could see much lower prices, for sure. But if you do break the neckline, there is a good chance we could see 7,800 to 8,000. Like verbatim. It's a game of probabilities. It could have gone either way. What was that? So, but you haven't quite hit that 100% measured move of the structure, even if it's a conservative measured move. Oh my God, my friend just texted, said he has 10 bets in tonight for the draft. Wow. So let's see if we can break 77.81, see that square up right around 78.24, and or see the measured move of this little scrub structure, 8,035. Awesome, man. Great to see, you know, highest price we've seen since March 12th. Definitely the largest, I mean, the highest price we've been in this entire rally. It started, you know, you could say probably in March, mid-March. So I will just be back probably tonight. So Julia, sorry, bad timing, real bad timing. So I'll just be back on Twitch. Remember, Twitch. Hey, follow me over here if you want to watch the stream tonight. Every single Patreon night, no matter what. Now we'll be on Twitch for a variety of reasons. 75.67 on Bitcoin. My God, man. So until next time, respect the TA.
I am a robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
Adios, turd nuggets.